Hello and welcome to Who Are You? This is a reasonably well done sci-fi watchcast hosted by two former strangers, now friends, who are currently watching 2004's Battlestar Galactica. I'm Xhafer.
And I'm Laura, and I have some important things we have to discuss, Xhafer.
Oh, you did not say it like that before pod, and now I am nervous. You said we had things to talk about, and I said on or off, and you said on, and now they're important things. Uh-oh.
Really buried the lead on that one, didn't I?
Sure did. I mean, TBD,
No.
but...
So we just have to issue our first formal "Who Are You" apology to the listener.
No, we don't.
For neither of us acknowledging, maybe neither of us knowing, I certainly didn't know, that the episode Taking a Break from All Your Worries, the title was a reference to Cheers.
Oh. Whoops.
Yeah. Didn't know that's in the Cheers song, the theme song, apparently.
Yeah.
And that's where we get the bar. So they were making like a little jokey joke at us,
okay.
Xhafer, that I never got.
Yeah, I totally missed that.
But there's probably more than one person who yelled at their podcast app.
I don't think that episode hasn't aired yet as we're recording this
one.
I'm
pretending that it has, silly, because of time.
Oh, so someone will bring it up? Okay, that's fair. We experience time different than you, listener. You are in our future. We are in your past. Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron pointed that out when he was listening for the edit. He was like, you didn't talk about that. And I was like, well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I completely missed that. That makes sense.
Yeah. Cheers, I think, is probably a happier show than that episode was.
Yeah.
Boo.
Does this episode have a reason for its title to make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
There's one line. Yeah.
There's one line. That's it. That's the sense making. Yes.
Yeah. And as my title, my name in the chat today describes, they missed a comma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not the woman king. It's the woman king.
Yeah. But it was probably funnier to some writer to do it this way, right?
Fuck that writer.
Okay, so that's thing one out of the way.
Okay. Oh, is there more things? Oh, no.
Yeah, I just have two things.
Oh, okay.
And the thing two is not nearly as, like, interesting, maybe, to the listener, but... the other episode, two episodes back, I think, when I got really mad at the show. It might have been Taking a Break from All Your Worries.
The one where you were really just mad. Like, oh, the one where they boxed Deanna and you were just like, what the fuck's going on? The show's just not wrapping shit up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I just got kind of really mad. A byproduct of like being really mad at the show was I was also just really mad at my system of taking notes. I've been taking them on my iPad because I've been trying not to have extra paper around anywhere.
Okay. Just being mindful of your paper waste.
Just got really fucking mad at the iPad trying to take notes, and like my handwriting doesn't look the same. You know, if you do notes on an electronic device, you know this. Like your handwriting does not look the same.
I would assume so.
Because you don't get the same like drag that you get from the paper.
I am famously team paper notes.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not waste. They're all on my bookcase.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I've mentioned this before. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 notebooks now filled on my bookcase.
I see them. Yeah.
From the past decade. Oh God, my camera's never going to be the same again. I've made a terrible error, listener.
We're professionals today.
So I got 8 notebooks, and this is 9 here, and I did the math on it because I'm getting near the end. I've got maybe 4 episodes of pod left before I need to move on to notebook 10.
Yeah.
I like my notebooks.
I did it. I went team paper.
Team paper! That's a beautiful notebook.
Yeah. So at our Half Price Books, they have all these, like, I think they're called the Flame Tree brand or something, and they're all very shiny and pretty.
That's a pretty notebook.
And
is
I got a bunch
steel or something? It looks metallic.
No, it just looks like that. It's cardboard.
Okay.
And I did my first little paper shuffling sounds for the listener there. First episode on paper. And I
Nice.
was less infuriated, so
Yeah.
maybe it worked.
I love my paper notes. I love my paper notes, and I'm very, very, very particular about my notebooks.
Hmm.
If anyone is listening, especially anyone who knows me personally, who's like, "Oh, I should get him a notebook as a gift. That's a fun thing that he'll use." Please don't.
Yeah, I get it.
They need to be of certain sizes, and I'm very particular about needing dates, a way to do dates on the top that is separate from the rest of the notes.
Hmm.
And also, I don't want the same notebook twice.
Okay.
Like, I made a decision very early on where it's all like, I'm not going to be able to get the same notebook in perpetuity. And I am planning on using this because I use this for everything. I use it for work. I use it for D&D. I use it for podcasting. I use it for any notes I'm taking whatsoever. You know, all of my remodeling notes from the last 10 years from doing stuff around the house are in these notebooks. Everything I've ever needed to write down is in these notebooks. And it's just like, I'm never going to be able to get the same notebook for a decade that also has the same formatting style and stuff. It's just like, I knew that it was never going to happen. So now I want them all to be distinct as like memories and like kind of ways to keep time.
Interesting. Yeah.
Now that I know that I've got like 2 or 3 weeks left in this notebook, I will begin the search for the next one.
Begin the hunt.
And I will go to 3 or 4 places and look at a lot of notebooks until I find the one that speaks to me. And sometimes I find it way in advance. Sometimes I'm just in an aisle looking at other stuff, and I will see my next notebook.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I feel it. That's the one. And sometimes I'm like, crunch time, just need to settle. But I'm weird about it. But I'm happy.
Yeah.
Team paper. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a solid try. Yeah.
It's tactile. I appreciate that. It's the same reason why I don't do ebooks. Anyways, let's talk about Battlestar Galactica Season 3, Episode 14, The Woman, King.
That's really bothering you, isn't it?
It sure is.
I don't know. Maybe it's a version of the mislead like we have in the last time ons here, because there's some big misleads where they're like, oh yeah, we totally told you about this. That no, you didn't.
I just remember like looking at the list of worst episodes and going, The Woman King. It's one of the worst episodes. And I'm like, oh, that must be the one with the prostitution ring that Lee busts, right? That makes sense. No, that's Black Market.
Yeah.
I honestly did not feel this episode was as bad as its reputation had led me to believe.
So I was going to say we needed to talk about that too, because I don't know if you just successfully readjusted my expectations.
I hope so.
Or I fixed my writing style utensils pissing me off by going to paper. Or maybe a lot of the reviews of this episode came from a different time, and now we have different feelings about this or something. But I was like, I don't think this was that bad. Like, there's a lot in it that is going to affect my rating, but I was like, I don't think this was worse than Black Market, to be sure.
I don't think this was worse than... And this, to be clear, even on IMDb, this is not worse than Black Market.
Okay.
It is a bad episode. It is not the worst episode.
Okay.
But yeah, let's get into it. We get a last time on that just makes shit up, much like my other last time on. So we get extra scenes in here, and even the Battlestar Wiki calls this episode in particular out for stuff that just was never shown before in the last time on. We get 2 scenes, one saying that there's been a bunch of refugees living on the ship, which we've kind of seen little bits about.
They're bringing more on,
but they're bringing more on,
saying.
And they're all Sagittarian. And also that they've put Hilo in charge down there, and that's what he's doing instead of being the XO.
Yeah. We kind of knew Hilo wasn't the XO anymore once Saul got back, but we had no idea what he was doing. And yeah, we're going to learn some more about Sagittarian, because right off the bat, the last time on is setting up that like nobody likes these people.
Yeah, we don't like those Sagittarians, because...
Yeah.
because reasons.
Except D. D's fine.
Yeah.
D's one of the good ones.
That is such a
Yikes.
purposeful language choice.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Yikes.
Yeah, in a way that makes me feel things, which is good. That's art. Speaking of art, we open on Tomoa Pinkett just showing off those fuck gutters. Hilo, put those things away.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you said to me.
Fuck.
What are these words that you just said?
Fuck gutters? Are you not familiar with the term fuck gutters?
No.
That's when a dude's super ripped and they get the like indents that lead down in between their legs and their abdomen.
Oh, yeah, no, I'd never heard
Actually blushing, Laura, right now.
Wow. It could just be my shitty camera.
It's not. We both know that.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
no.
I'm glad I could add that to your vernacular, if nothing else.
Yeah, I can't wait to use it. When you hand me slang, it's supposed to be things I can say around my 11-year-old son to embarrass him, and that's not one of them.
That's not, no. No, 6'7", this is not.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Hilo's like having his hour of the wolf, if you will, to bring back a little Babylon 5 flavor for everybody.
Please do.
He's laying around awake, then he gets up and just paces for a while, and then he starts doing some paperwork, as you do if you really can't sleep. Like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
And he says he had a stupid dream, and I really thought we were going to hear more about that at some point, and we did not.
Nope. It's probably in the extended cut.
Yeah. Or maybe they were like, man, we've had too many people with stupid dreams around here. Let's just...
Hilo, you get a pass. We've used this plot point too many times.
Yeah. I don't know if that comes back later. I'll know it was this moment they were foreshadowing it with. But she's talking about there's 300 more civilians total coming on board. We don't get a reason why. There's no like the XYZ ship is broken down or...
Yeah. Why would these people be coming here at this point? It's kind of weird timing.
I would like to know. I just give me a line. Just give me one little reason.
One little line. That's all you want.
Somebody's air recyclers are malfunctioning or whatever.
No such luck.
Yeah. But she really wants him to make sure to check on the baby during his shift. I'm not sure. Maybe there's a civilian-run daycare that interfaces with his work or something.
I mean, if the babies are happening at the rate that the survivor count makes us feel that they're happening, there's probably a daycare.
And I mean, if you've got 300 more refugees, how many other refugees do you have? Then maybe they need their children cared for.
I will say, and maybe this is stereotyping myself, we don't get enough numbers this episode. I wanted more numbers.
Numbers.
Make me do the math. I want to do the math.
But yeah, Hilo's managing these civilians, and they have some really short cubicles for everybody. Like these things are like waist height cubicles.
Yeah.
No privacy at all.
We're introduced. Well, they call this Dogsville, by the way.
The military
tells
folks.
us that. Yeah. Yeah. They don't really explain why either.
It's not nice.
I'm sure it isn't.
Yeah.
We're introduced to Dr. Robert, a civilian doctor, played by Bruce Davidson. He's a real that guy. He was Senator Kelly in the 2000s X-Men movie, written by David Hayter.
Senator Kelly, not a good guy, right?
No, he's typically not a good guy. But he does play lots of doctors. I did a little bit, because this episode didn't give me enough math, so I did some math. Cool. And Bruce Davidson has almost 300 acting credits.
Damn.
He's Alien of the Week on Voyager and Enterprise.
Oh, fun. Which was he in Voyager? Did you catch it?
I didn't check.
Okay.
I just saw that he had one acting credit as an alien.
It'd be great if he was a Dr. Alien, because that happens a couple of times in Voyager.
Well,
we have Dr. Aliens.
So he's a senator a few times. He's a senator 9 times out of those 300 acting credits.
Mm-hmm.
He is a reverend 5 times. He's a pope twice. 2 different popes.
Wow. How do you get to be pope twice in your career?
Bruce Davidson. But he is nearly 30 different doctors over his 300 acting credits. 10% of all of his roles are doctor.
He's got a real Technobabble face. Like he
sure
can
do.
sell you that Technobabble.
Yeah. He checks out a teenager real quick here, but it's a Sagittarian, and they don't believe in medicine.
Oh boy.
Everyone has a bad cough to theme, and man, this hits different after 2020.
Yeah. I was sitting there puzzling after the episode, wondering, like, I wonder if some of the bad feedback on the episode was from, like, times that were contemporary to when this was out and people going, we can't possibly believe that would happen.
Yeah, who would believe that people would deny medicine during an active plague? That's absurd. That would never happen. Needless to say, listener, I'm going to make some jokes you might be uncomfortable with over the course of this episode.
Yeah. This one. At first, I think this is the point where I texted you later, but I almost texted you in the moment and told you to fuck off because I thought this was going to be Confessions and Lamentations episode.
Yeah.
From Babylon 5, and we're going to have a whole Marcab style event of the Sagittarians. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this again.
That was a lot rougher. And that was like in 2021 for us, 2022. That was rough when we did that episode.
I was like, oh, yikes. Yeah. We find out that Dr. Roberts, too, is like close with Saul. They're like card buddies.
Yeah. He's a Capricorn. He's one of the good guys. One of us.
Oh.
He says that a lot this episode.
Yeah. I hadn't quite clocked it here, but the second Dr. Roberts, Mr. Mike, is introduced to us, I was like, oh, this guy's not going to be around very long. He's been introduced as good friends with Saul, and we've never met him before, and we've never heard of him before. He's not making it through this episode.
He was totally there on New Caprica with the Resistance.
Oh, was he? Okay.
Trusts him immediately. Which also Coddle was.
Oh, that's right.
Which means that these are the only 2 doctors on the fleet. Which means they had no doctor for a year in space.
Yeah, and we heard that what's his name? Bulldog was going into the care of another doctor.
Yeah.
They like said that. And so it was this guy, huh?
It must have been this guy.
Is he just finished with Bulldog? Bulldog is just fine now? Because we brought him onto Galactica to take care of refugees. So is Bulldog just fine?
I hope Bulldog's fine.
Me too. Yeah, he shouldn't have to go back to Galactica if he didn't want to.
There are reasons for him to not want to go back to Galactica.
For sure.
Anyways, we hit that theme. 41,401. We're down 2. We didn't see anybody die last episode.
Yeah.
The wiki was all like, oh, these are probably Sagittarians with that disease that's going around. But the back of my mind is all like, it couldn't be that we just finally decided to remember Hillard and Sergeant Fisher dying 2 episodes ago and forgetting to count them in. Could it be? We wouldn't make a mistake like that. But yeah, we come back from theme and we learn that this thing going around is Mellorac disease. It is not airborne, but being in confined spaces and cuddling will share it. It's totally curable. You just need some like ivermectin. But those Sagittarians won't have it and instead share their communal water source. And I'm sure that's totally going to be fine.
Yeah. We have our little like coffee table chat about Mellorac sickness and find out pretty quick that, we're not in a Confessions and Lamentations situation because this is real easy to cure. I think in that episode, Dr. Franklin was like desperately chasing down a cure and gets to it too late, if I remember correctly. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. It's been a while since we did Babylon 5. But we get like everybody's ignorant shit around the coffee table too, of Ty, like, hey, if they want to die, good riddance, let them go.
Right.
And
No.
Hilo is already having a bad day because our poor himbo can't help but feel for the other humans.
Like, things are so fucked with the number of people being alive dwindling that they're banning abortion. Right?
Yeah,
That's like
that happened. That was a thing.
That's a thing that happened. That is the mental reasoning. That's the gymnastics they've played for banning abortion is literally the population can't survive without making sure absolutely everyone who can live lives.
Yep. And that was Gemini kind of forcing their ideas on everyone else. Yes.
Yes. And that was okay. I'm air quoting here to be clear, listener, because I'm talking about the confines of the mental gymnastics that some of these characters are doing, where that is acceptable, but the Sagittarians can all die out because they're refusing medicine.
Yep.
One would think the same logic would apply, and if bodily autonomy's out the window for the sake of the survival of the species, I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much for consistency in these ideas.
But the first one only affects the bodily autonomy of women.
Oh, well, look. Let me lecture you on that real quick, Laura. No. I mean, obviously that's part of it.
Yeah.
And it's racism, and it's a mirror in a lot of ways of terrible people with terrible ideas, and this
in the present day.
And throughout history, and they're not shying away from that, which is good for science fiction to do. Science fiction is a good way to tell those stories, to hold that mirror up and go, this seems ridiculous, doesn't it? You know, like, who would believe that this is something that you would do, you know? That's what science fiction is there for in a lot of very meaningful ways. And that's what they're doing here. So even though I'm personally very upsetty spaghetti about the entire thing, I do understand.
It is working as designed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wish it wasn't.
Not a bug. Yeah. And the communal water source you were talking about, them all sharing, they've got this burdock root tea that I think Dr. Roberts tells us that they use it as like a sedative, a calming thing, but it doesn't do anything. It's like...
Yeah, it's not chamomile CBD tea. You know, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
They just need to
It's
get
all
their
placebo
fucking
effect
harneys.
or whatever, if there's any effect. And it's certainly not going to cure Mellorac sickness.
Yeah.
You need the real antibiotics for that.
We cut over to Colonial 1, where Rosalind details Baltar's pending fate to Tom Zarek.
Yeah.
Who thinks this is just about to be a bowl of riots.
Okay. This might have been the most interesting scene in all of the show.
I agree.
Just because it's like a little nugget that's just like bloop, plopped in here, and then we don't touch it again.
Well, we will, just not today.
Well, yeah. Yeah. It is clearly like just planting the seeds for the next time. But this made me wonder a lot of things.
Let's talk about it. What things did you wonder?
So in this scene, Zarek is predicting a hurricane disaster for Rosalind if she does this.
Yeah.
And he is all okay with like, just do martial law. Just martial law it and kill him or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll move on and it'll be fine. And I had Aaron look it up for me because I wasn't sure and I couldn't Google it myself.
Yeah.
Zarek is a Sagittarian.
Okay.
So, because I remembered in his introduction story that Duala and Billy had their conversation.
Yeah.
About, you know, the building he blew up. And it was on Sagittarian. That's why Duala would have like feelings about it. So I was like, I'm not sure I understand this guy, because he was like protesting a corrupt government with the blowing up of that building, he says. But he's telling Rosalind to like just do it, just martial law it, just be the corrupt government
Yeah.
and get rid of this guy. I mean, Gaius is dangerous for sure. I cannot say he's not. I cannot ignore that fact. So I guess that's where Zarek is coming from, is he is too dangerous for us to give him the rule of law. But I thought that was such an interesting thing for someone who was protesting corruption in the colonial government to take that tack.
Yeah. Well, it's dichotomy, right? Because Zarek has gone from the person protesting power to the person that, when in power, is very willing to abuse it. It's part of what makes him a bad guy in this show.
Yeah.
And he's also, the guy who's like airlocking everyone he possibly can before there can be trials, before Rosalind takes over.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I know what happened. I need my justice.
Well, I don't even think
this is good enough.
I don't think it's his personal justice. I don't think he feels that way. I think he's doing humanity's justice in his mind.
Yeah. I think he sees it as like, this has to happen. And if I don't do it, no one's going to.
Yeah. It's all like, Rosalind will get bogged down in the rule of law and she won't be able to lead with a clean conscience. And we can't have that. So I'm just going to handle this real quick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not wrong. There's going to
be a problem.
There's going to be a problem. Baltar, I mean, I'm sure he wasn't a popular president at the end of his presidency, but he did win a popular vote.
Yeah.
Like, he was a popular figure.
Sucks.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's slippery.
Yeah. But I mean, he's a politician and he's only, people only see the parts of him that are out there. They don't get to see weird 6PT sex stuff. We as an audience are keenly aware, because we have his perspective to know how shitty Gaius actually is.
Yeah.
And everyone else just gets the smile and the turn.
And the speech.
And the speech. Yeah. Exactly. So, and there'll be a lot of that. Though a trial is a very public thing in which to grandstand. And he's very good at grandstanding.
It's a problem. I can foresee it now, Zarek.
So he knows that it's going to be an issue. And so he's just like, be prepared to declare martial law. You're probably going to have to. It's going to be bad.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's all like, we'll see, he's all like, cool, I'm going to go find a ship to hang out on where I don't have to worry about things.
Mm-hmm. He does say that I'm here for you when you need me.
Yeah.
So there's still that.
But he's also like, let's just go to the Winchester and wait for this thing to blow over. So.
Yeah. No, he is clearly rattled, and Rosalind picks up on it.
Yeah.
She's like, he's actually frightened.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
We go back to Galactica here, where the mom of the sick teen goes to Hilo's office to say that her son is dead and that he was killed by Dr. Robert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As she comes through a swarm of people who are also demanding that the Sagittarians be taken away because they're dirty and unclean and sick.
Yeah. They're sick and they won't take their medicine. Please get them out of here so that I don't get sick.
Yeah.
They're having, Melorac disease sharing parties.
Yeah.
Coughing on each other and stuff.
She has this accusation that Dr. Roberts killed her son, and he's like, you just didn't get him the medicine fast enough.
Yeah.
If he just had it sooner, it would have been okay. She does say in this conversation, I'm pretty sure, that her son had only been sick for 6 to 12 hours or something.
Yeah.
But everyone very clearly dismisses that.
Yeah.
She is unreliable narrator because she has these beliefs. So we're just not going to listen to her timeline. He'd probably been sick for 2 or 3 days, too long. makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's key
The pattern,
here.
air quotes, the pattern with the Sagittarians per our doctors are that they'll hold off medicine hoping for not needing it and then only accept it at the last minutes when it's not going to be effective enough.
Yeah.
It's something we hear repeated many, many times this episode.
And seems like logical enough to just like, okay, sure.
Hilo talks to the doctor and gets his vax to help with his 5G or whatever. Turn the frogs gay, I don't know, whatever, Mercury or something. And then goes down to the bar where Racetrack, Apollo, Starbees, Gata, and Tyrrell are all playing like bar pyramid darts.
I called it skee ball.
It's like skee ball, but it doesn't
It's
have
like
the
skee ball, but you just throw it. You just like shot put it at the wall.
Yeah, there's no ski. But as someone who loves skee ball, like I don't know that I'm ever going to be a person who's got like an arcade in their house or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's something that's popular. Especially I have friends who have a bunch of arcade machines, or at least a couple.
Yeah.
You know, will do the thing. I have a buddy who has like an entire arcade set up in his garage.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, I just want a skee ball machine. I'd love a skee
I'd
ball
come play
machine in
skee
my
ball.
basement.
Yeah.
Put it
I'm
up
no
by the
good at it,
dartboard.
but I would come over and play skee ball.
Hell yeah. I've thought about building my own a couple of times, but
That sounds fun.
I got
Yeah.
other shit I need to build first.
None of these people playing slam skee ball are nice to the Sagittarians at all.
Nope. Not interested.
Not even with Duala in the room.
And I mean, she's pissed too.
Yeah.
She's all like, they get all truthiness and science denial, and she's all like, they do it to themselves.
Yeah, Tyrrell does some interesting mirroring of an attitude Saul had earlier that was shown in the last time on. They're like reminding you about Saul's attitude. And then Tyrrell's like doing the same thing, but about the Sagittarians. So it's like, that's interesting. Nothing is new. Nothing is new.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dee is doing her thing of like, yeah, I left all that. And we've heard that she had like disagreements with her family, probably over religious stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
This kind of thing, maybe. We haven't gotten the full details on her whole dad issue, right?
No.
Do we ever?
I don't remember. I think there's some stuff we get later, but I might be remembering stuff that we've already gotten, and that's just all we get.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I was thinking here was where we were going to get like more substance even around Duala, and nope.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to just say maybe. Sorry. Maybe.
Oh, here's another interesting thing. This might be the second most interesting scene.
Yeah. Is it Athena going to visit Caprica 6?
Yes.
Yeah. They're just hanging out. You know, Gracchus is there too.
Yeah, the fact that Gracchus was back, I had wondered if we were ever going to see Gracchus again.
Yeah.
So, confirmed. Ding. Gracchus still around.
Gracchus is still around. And coaching Caprica on humanity.
Don't like this.
Bad teacher.
Yeah, his coaching is just like, to be a human, you have to do the most selfish thing at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Think only of yourself. And then I was like, because
that is very Gaius advice. Like,
yeah, but I was like, Gracchus seems to have like a distilled bad Gaius energy. Like,
I think it's just a distilled Gaius energy, but yes.
Okay, yes. But like he's distilled in like the worst way Gaius could possibly be, right?
Yeah.
And if 6PT is the same thing, she's like distilled bad selfish Cylon, and he's distilled bad selfish human. And that's what both of them have in their heads counseling each other. That seems bad. It seems real bad.
It is. But not as bad as Rosalind and Tori must feel watching her air make out with Gracchus.
Okay, but that was so funny to me.
They're just like, what the fuck is going on?
You got your boss babe duo in here, and Rosalind's like sipping her coffee,
Yeah.
observing this whole thing. You know, Athena goes in and does what I assume she's been told to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of go see Caprica 6, be nice to her, and see if you can find out why she's here. She doesn't know, so she can't tell anyone why she's here. She's just like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing myself.
Mm-hmm.
So Athena doesn't really get anything out of her, but that's not the whole point. Like, the
No.
point is to also, like, get a foot in the door.
Mm-hmm.
And we got our boss babes sipping their coffee, watching the weird stuff and going, this is weird.
It's a bit much.
I was so glad that somebody said it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
because all the times that Gaius was like doing weird shit in the halls
Yeah.
and it just goes unremarked upon, I was like, thank you, Rosalind. It is weird.
Mm-hmm. Down in the Hooverville, it's getting hostile as the Sagittarians claim Dr. Robert killed an old man because he gave him the immunization and then, like, immediately died. It's just like, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that's not how that works, even if like you have waited too long or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Hilo pulls out the guns to get everybody off
Yeah.
Dr. Roberts and finds out that not only did he give this to the guy and he immediately dies, but it was against his will. Like,
Yeah.
the guy was unconscious,
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a choice. And Hilo is immediately suspicious and goes straight to the command team.
Yeah. As he should. He sits down with Papadama, Ty, and Coddle and gets told to fucking deal with it.
Yeah. At this point, I was the second that Mama King went in
Mm-hmm.
and talked to Hilo, I was like, oh no, maybe he is killing people. When he has this conversation with Adama, Ty, and Coddle, I was a little afraid one or more of them was in on it.
Yeah.
And they were just of the opinion, like, situation is desperate. Not that they were in on necessarily like killing people, but just like letting them die was fine with them.
Yeah.
And expediting them out the door, you know, maybe. Because their reactions to Hilo are so strong that this is unfounded. How dare you? With Ty, I understand it. We've established that they're cards buddies.
Mm-hmm.
They're friends. They had their time in the Resistance on New Caprica, so Ty is not going to hear of it.
Yeah.
Adama, I think his stance is just like, I have too much shit going on. I cannot take another thing. So don't bring it to me unless you actually saw the crimes, because I'm busy. I've got a Cylon in one cell and Gaius Baltar in the other. And
Yeah.
shit is
Shit's
bad.
going down. I've got other things to worry about right now.
And then Coddle, it's got to be professional reputation for him that like triggers this
I think
knee
that's
jerk.
fair.
Like, he's probably vouched for Dr. Roberts in some ways, or maybe even trained him up, because we know that there hasn't been a lot of medicine
Yeah.
available. So he's like, how dare you attack doctors? We're the only ones out here doing this kind of hard life-saving work. But yeah, all three of them have a very bad knee jerk, and Saul's is bad enough to like track Hilo down in the hallway and accuse him of loving underdogs too much. And Ty like throws some sort of accusation at him about Sharon and his wife or whatever, and Hilo winds up just decking him.
Yeah. Saul talks shit and gets hit. And I really don't feel for Saul at all in this.
Nope. I was like, finally.
Right?
Yep.
This fucking guy.
Saul is kind of like too little too late guy.
For sure.
He always comes around to like the right thing, just like a beat behind. Just a beat behind.
Just a little slow on it. Yeah. Athena runs to Hilo because Hera is sick. And he's like, oh, did you go check on Hera? And it's all like, oh, shit. Well, she's sick. They called me from daycare. They pulled me off flight duty to handle the baby because they couldn't get a hold of you.
Uh-huh. That never happens to moms.
Nope. God. Do you call mom who's on a spaceship flying around? Or do you call dad who's yelling at sick people? Probably 50 feet away from you.
No, they'll call mom. They will. Every time.
Yeah.
And you know what mom says? I'll call my husband because I'm in Norman and I can't get there, but he can get there.
Yeah. So Dr. Roberts is there to treat Hera. And Hilo's creeped out by this and wants to deny treatment. But Sharon's all like, no, what are you talking about? She needs medicine. Just get the medicine. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And Dr. Roberts insists that Hera will be fine.
I wonder if Hilo's not necessarily wanting to deny treatment. He would just rather have Dr.
Coddle. Well, yeah, I don't think he
it.
wants to deny treatment like he's going to deny the medicine in general. Right. He just doesn't want it from Dr. Robert.
Because everyone must know, right? That is in this structure on Galactica. Like, okay, civilians might not know that Sharon...
And she's a known Cylon quantity.
She's a known Cylon, yeah. And if she has a baby and she's with Hilo, everybody knows that this is a human Cylon baby.
Yeah, probably.
With Hilo. So I could see why maybe he doesn't want Dr. Mike to touch her because he's already a little bit prejudiced about the Sagittarius.
And like 2 scenes ago, we got Ty telling us that they're boys and that he was fighting, helping the resistance and stuff. So it's just all like, okay, well, he's got fifis about Cylons then. Everyone on New Caprica has a different set of feelings than the people who weren't. So,
yeah. So
established plot points.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
As far as writing goes to me. Like, I was like, yeah, this is tough.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff.
At this point, Dr. Roberts gives a bracelet to Hilo, asking him to give it to the woman king. Her son's prayer bracelet or something.
Yeah, I think they called them Soma bracelets, and yeah, they're supposed to protect their health.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. The crystals. They've got crystals.
Hilo brings it to her and they talk briefly, and she said her error was believing that nobody could have that much hate in them.
Yeah. She wanted to believe the doctor couldn't be that bad of a person.
Yep. Athena and Hilo have a little fight because he's deciding to martyr himself over everything. And Hilo goes down to the records room to dig into Dr. Robert and sees a whole lot of Sagittarians died of COVID. I mean, Melorak.
On New Caprica even, yeah.
Yeah, even back on New Caprica. This is when Coddle comes in and defends his peer. Hilo throws numbers at him. He's like, only 10% of Capricorns could die, but 90% of Sagittarians die. That can't be right. And he's all like, he's upset. Hilo's all like, do an autopsy on the teenage boy. Like, if you do an autopsy and I'm wrong, I'll shut up for forever, I promise.
Yeah.
And Coddle's like, I did one.
Yeah, and it was fine.
Yeah, he was fine. You fucking just calm your ass down, Hilo.
Yeah, I was thinking about them numbers.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, I would believe that if you are a group that refuses medicine, that you are going to have a higher mortality rate in the New Capricorn Hospital than others. But 90%.
Well, that's the thing is
like
this is not a morgue list. This is a treatment list, right? Mm-hmm. So hypothetically, this means that this is only people who came in for medicine. At least that was my understanding of it. If you just died of Melorak, I thought it was
dead. I thought it was the fatalities list. I thought it was
okay.
Dead
If it was all fatalities, then I would expect it to be significantly higher. Maybe not 90%, but significantly higher.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. I would expect it to be higher than everybody else. But 90% felt like
90
the
to
number
10
where it's like,
seems
that's
like a
too
lot.
high.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cut to the Sagittarians praying, and oh no, now Duala is sick.
Dee is sick. She's got that Melrock now, and she asks Dr. Robert for some of that medicine. King goes to warn Hilo. He runs down and finds Dee in rough shape. He grabs her and goes to take her to Coddle, and we cut and see Ty and Coddle and Marines marching down.
Okay, you skipped something very important though.
Oh, what? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Not only like does Mrs. King run and get Hilo, but he's asleep. He's with Sharon.
Yeah.
She's pounding on the door, and Sharon is trying to get him not to go.
Yeah.
Because she's like, it's fine. The rumor mill already hates you for like caring about these Sagittarians.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Mike is fine. He's not doing anything wrong. He treated Hera and Hera's fine.
Yeah.
And he accuses her of, because everyone's paying attention to the Sagittarians right now, you've forgotten what they treat you like. You've forgotten you're a Cylon and that they hate you too because their focus is on everyone, as on these other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was a really, important scene because I think she kind of has.
She has. No, that's 100% fair. It's a lot easier to deal with that stuff when you're not being like actively yelled at. When everyone gets, everyone's being upset at other people, it's easier to just kind of like take that pass and that reprieve.
It reminds me of that poem you see going around these days of like, at first they came for the communists and I wasn't a communist, so I didn't worry. And then they came for the homosexuals and I wasn't homosexual, so I didn't worry and whatever. I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember the exact poem.
Yeah.
But it kind of is that attitude, Sharon.
Yeah. Hilo runs down, sees Dee. Dee's in rough shape. She wakes up a little. She does manage to say, whatever he gave me knocked me out.
Yeah.
Like, he gave me
Not
something
great.
that fucked me up.
Uh-huh.
Right. And we get these cuts with Ty and Coddle and Marines marching down. And we're led to believe, by the way this is cut, that these are, like, corresponding incidents as Hilo grabs Dee, tries to take her out. Marines are stopping Hilo from doing anything. And they're listening to Robert, which is insane. He's the literal cap. He's the tied for third highest ranked person on the ship. He was their XO months ago.
Right.
And he's explicitly in charge of that area. He is the highest ranking officer of God, they have to have another name for it besides Dogsville. Ugh.
Yeah.
It feels dirty
and
to say
the refugee bay or whatever. And they've very much established this is the civilian doctor.
Yeah. And they're listening to him over Hilo. And it's just like, that feels insane to me. But I think that's also kind of the point.
Yeah.
That, that's the rumor mill working against him.
Yeah.
And so Ty and Coddle show up with their Marines to back Hilo up because Coddle actually went and checked the teenage king and did that autopsy and found out that he was fucking poisoned, which then led him to check other things and find out what was actually going on with Dr. Robert.
Yeah. Yeah. He mentions, he was like, I did all of the autopsy except I hadn't checked his bad blood.
Yeah.
Or something. Like, he's like, there's one thing I hadn't done when I said that thing earlier.
So I hadn't checked this thing until a couple hours after, and it's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, bad blurred.
Bad blurred. The opposite of magic blurred.
Yeah. Very, very opposite.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everybody who's died, it sounds like, so far on the ship was killed by Dr. Mike.
Yeah.
And Saul screams at him.
Yeah.
He says something, I think Saul said, like, the only thing worse is that I trusted you or something. Like, he's pretty fucking mad.
He's pretty upset, yeah.
And Coddle says that Dee is sedated.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Dr. Roberts goes on his like villain last gasp of like, I'm saving us time and resources because these people are just going to drain on us and die anyway. And Coddle is pretty mad about the whole do no harm thing.
Yeah.
Like we were supposed to do no harm, man. And you did a lot.
You did a lot of harm. You have dishonored this council. And then they do the thing where they put their hands across their chest and they turn around really dramatically and turn around and give them the backs. Oh, it's so good when they do that thing from TNG. I love that.
But on the way out, he's like insisting that he didn't hurt Dee because she's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
But I'm like, then why the fuck is she sedated? Coddle just said she's sedated.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't want to know. I think it's whatever he was up to is not good.
Yeah.
Just because he hadn't poisoned her yet doesn't mean he wasn't gonna.
Yeah. Or maybe there's other things he also was doing to sedated female patients. I don't know. Maybe that implication is supposed to be there. I don't know.
After all this, they arrest Dr. Robert, and then Adama calls Hilo to his office to apologize. He's like, you don't have to, and he's all like, yeah, but I'm going to. And then he doesn't, but I guess that is the apology. I don't know.
That's a very dad thing to do, though, right?
Yeah, you have my apology. I'm not going to say the word I'm sorry or actually apologize to you formally. I just wanted to let you know that you have my apology.
Yep. He does say that, he's been guilty of hate and allowing hate on this ship.
Mm-hmm. And Hilo was the only himbo who couldn't hate.
Yeah. And so Hilo gives him a salute and goes home to his wife and Hera.
Yep. That's the episode.
That's it.
So I got to ask, on a scale of 1 to 12 colonies, how do you rate this one? I did not rate it ahead of recording. I almost always write down a rating. I did not this time.
No, I never actually write down a rating. I guess I should have done that. Oh, well. I was like, can this be my fuck this episode? Because it made me feel things and think about things I didn't like doing.
I'll tell you that, Laura. You're going to want to save your fuck
this episode. You're going to want to save it.
You're going to want to save it. Knowing how you feel about a handful of things, believe me, you're going to want to save it. But you can use it if you want.
It just, a pandemic episode does make you feel like fuck this feeling.
Oh, for sure.
And it's not a pandemic, right? It's a little epidemic on the section of this ship with a small group. And it's totally manageable the whole time because we know what treats this.
Yeah.
I don't like thinking about the refusal of medicine folks, but also they shouldn't be murdered.
Here's my thing. They talk about like their limited supply, right? This disease has been around in the fleet since they got together. It must have been.
Yeah.
Why don't you just immunize everyone?
Yeah.
Just, hey, we're going to shut down moving between ships for 5 days or however long it takes for this thing to die out in an air filter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no one moves ships for 5 days, and we're going to go and send a group of raptors with immunizations to any ship that has any of this disease. And then 5 days after that, once we know that no one has it anymore, the disease is successfully eradicated. You did it. It's not that hard to do with a small population size.
Yeah.
And no way of getting it back in, right?
Uh-huh.
It's not, if it's like living in air filters and they can't get rid of it, that's one thing, which could easily explain why they didn't do this. But,
well, they said it's not airborne.
Yeah. So it has to be spreading between people and or livestock. Mm-hmm. I don't see any livestock in this fleet. They're eating algae, right? Mm-hmm. Like, this has to be containable.
Yeah.
There has to be enough. Either you had enough and you didn't do it the first time, or you limit the travel and you get it down to a size where it is manageable for your immunizations and you handle it then.
Mm-hmm.
And you just fucking do it the once and be done with it.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And they haven't given us a breakdown of like,
There's
we
a bunch
have-
of reasons why that couldn't work, but
well, they haven't given us a breakdown of like, we have this many Pycons, we have this many Geminons, we have this many Capricorns. Like, we don't know how many people in the fleet are the type to refuse medicine.
yeah.
We're not given an explicit, they're this percentage of the fleet.
Yeah.
But usually those groups are smaller. Usually, unless there's a lot of misinformation floating around. But naturally, they should be smaller because people see that medicine works and they take it. But you would think that whatever that percentage is of the ones who won't take the medicine, like maybe you could have the herd take care of it. But here we are. We live in the year of our Lord 2026. We know that that's a really idealistic way to think about certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing that kind of like gave me the fuck this attitude was like, man, I feel like exploring this in our media can help contribute to some of that like distrust in institutions that is like a real problem right now.
Yeah.
And showing this character who is a doctor who is actually trying to kill people, not great.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
the institutions also need to be policing those people. Like that, every population is going to have one or two like
Fucking
crazy
crazies.
tales,
Yeah.
right? And in the distribution, and as a profession, you have to police those tales.
Yeah.
And if the institution wants to believe so much in itself that it says, oh, there are none of those, and ignores the needs of the actual people being served, yeah, you're going to have a problem. So
I think at its core, that's my problem with this episode. It is not the story that they're telling with the medicine science denying. It is not the prescientness of its disease story running through the population because they refuse to control it. It's telling the conspiracy theorists that they're right.
yeah.
And that hurts in personal ways.
It hurts, but also like I struggle with it because, there have been stories of actual wrongdoing by health practitioners that have damaged the institutional trust.
100%.
I think a year or
It's a
two
real
ago,
thing that
there was
happens.
like a nurse that was actively harming Black babies in her labor and delivery unit. Like, and I was like, yeah, it's real. BSG writing room. I can say from legitimate news sources, this is a real thing.
Yeah. And I mean, there's all
Do I
kinds
like
of
it?
examples of, people, specifically women, being ignored for their health concerns. There's all kinds of stuff. Like, this is a thing that happens.
I think it is key that it is that woman king who brings it to Hilo that speaks to like a story.
The Man King isn't as good of a name of an episode.
Yeah, it's not as like counterintuitive, and then like I don't know, maybe that Man King would have received a different reception.
Yeah. Probably would have.
So that it just maybe people don't like it because it's hard to grapple with.
Yeah.
Everything about it.
It's a difficult episode. But I do think it's a well done episode.
I do too. Yeah.
Like I said, I came to it after watching it with a more positive attitude than I thought I was going to from remembering bits of this episode, which is a sign of a good episode. And also given its subject matter and its prescience from, the last time I watched it, which would have been pre-pandemic. Also, it hits very different, and it hits very different in ways that I found to be very true and real. So that gets it some points. Michael Reimer does a great job with this episode. So I don't know. I mean, you don't have to put a number on it. I think I'm going to put it at a 8.
I was going to say if I had to put a number on it, because I am going to want to fuck a different episode more.
You are.
Then, yeah, 8. Like, it wasn't a bad episode to me. Maybe we had just successfully lowered Laura's bar so far. And I was like, yeah, this seems fine. I don't know. And Hilo gets some points for me here. He's a little more depth to him than we got any time when he was on like Caprica Orange.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen him stand up for Sharon and stuff. And it's nice to know that impulse that he has is not limited to just like this woman I'm really attracted to.
Yeah.
Who I'm going to take care of. It's like, and she kind of manipulated me into this whole thing. He's got good intentions even further down for other marginalized folks. So, okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of fuck this episode, next week we've got Season 3, Episode 15, A Day in the Life.
Oh, no.
Callie and Tyrell are trapped in a malfunctioning airlock. Adama remembers his wife on their anniversary.
So, the second you said Callie and Tyrell trapped in an airlock, immediately I'm thinking of Jakar and Londo trapped in an elevator.
I don't remember this episode being as good as that one.
Okay, because I really want some of those lines. There were a lot of really good lines in that elevator.
There sure were. I don't remember how good or bad this next episode is.
I bet we're going to find out what they've been fighting about that Lee heard about in the bar that we hadn't heard anything else about.
Yeah. We're going to hear about... I am so falling asleep right now. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I just
Get you to
yawned
bed.
so bad.
Well, we did have like a 10-minute break where Squadcast like screwed up. So
that did suck. Yeah. Hopefully that's not apparent to you, listener. If it's not, just remember what a great job Aaron does as we thank him. Thank you, Aaron, for doing a great job editing this podcast.
Indeed. Also, thanks to Jeremy Siegel for the podcast music.
Yeah, and Angry Duck Time Machine with that podcast artwork. Thank you.
And thanks, listener, for hanging in for this hour of talk.
Yeah, we talked.
Where we didn't really conclude anything except maybe that woman king isn't as bad as everybody thought.
I mean, I don't forgive them their grammatical error, but everything else.
Everything else. Sort of fine.
It's sort of fine. All right. Well, I guess we'll see you next week, Internet.
Bye.